Good evening, and welcome to the Board of Mayor and Alderman meeting for the City of Fayetteville. This is November the 12th, 2025. Before we start the general meeting, we will open with two public hearings. The first public hearing is the rezoning request for 521 Market Street. The request is to change that from a R3, which is a residential zone, to a commercial C3. We have a list of people who have signed up to speak, and if you want to speak and you weren't able to get signed up, you are welcome to still speak. You will have 3 uninterrupted minutes. This is not a time for the board to engage with you or questions and answers. What you have to say is very important to you, and we want to hear you. So the technician at the back of the room will wave me at 3 minutes, and I'm going to wave to you that your time is finished, so just wrap up your sentence at that time, okay? So first up, we have Jensen Knott to speak on 521 Market Street.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I would like to take this time to thank the mayor and the board of aldermen to let me be on the agenda to speak for my concerns of the crematory and its effect on our neighborhood and then health. The crematory can have both environmental and social effects in our neighborhood, including air quality, emissions of like carbon dioxide, also the unique smell and visual impact of smoke, which can affect the outdoor activity and sense of well-being. Another issue that I have seen with this is the local studies have shown reduction of property value, and especially with certain distance that within a half a mile. I'm opposed, and let me say again, I am opposed to the location and feel that this facility should not be placed in our community. I feel like that it should be placed in like the outskirts of the neighborhood. The neighbors on West Market Street has expressed their concerns to me on a visual effect of opening up their front or their side doors to look at such building. I had received a call, and I was not aware of Mr. Gallup that was going to be putting a crematorium there on West Market Street. And you all, that is where that's where I live. I have been there for over 30 years. And then I said, I got to speak up because I believe in speaking up. But I know I only have 3 minutes and probably have used like a minute and a half or 2 minutes of that. But, but I cannot see that building is being placed there when neighbors are going to have to open up their front door and they're going to have to look out at that. And then another thing, would you want that in your neighborhood? Of course, no, you would not want that. I wouldn't want to see that visual effect. I wouldn't want that smell. I wouldn't even want to even give people directions coming from 431, 231 headed north. Well, Jensen, give me directions on this. When you go through 3 stoplights, you make a left turn, and then you go on down the hill. Then you see this big old crematory that is sitting up here on the right. And then you go on up. No, I don't want anything like that, like in our neighborhood. I understand that the funeral home is there, and then I have nothing personally against any of the staff at Gallup Funeral Home or either Mr. Gallup himself. But yet and still, that is my concern there.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for speaking. Next, we have Greg McArdle. Gary, okay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I live at 518 Market Street West. I have counted off that my house would be exactly 30 steps to where this building is, okay? I am worried about the property values as far as the neighborhood goes. The property values are going to go down. And I would like to also echo the health problems that could be. Anytime anybody that is cremated, anything they do not get in somebody's body, such as the medications, the drugs, if it was illegal or legal, it all soaks into your skin. So anytime they are cremating somebody, this is going to go up in the air, okay? Even if they're claiming it can be filtered, we don't know that, okay? There has been proven tests that people have come out with cancer and other problems that have lived that close to a crematorium. So the advisory state is that a crematorium, that any residential area should be at least 6 or 7 miles from one. So I am going to echo health problems. The kids in the neighborhood are going to be breathing this in. The businesses are not happy. I've spoken to several businesses in the area. They are objecting against this as well. So I ask of you guys to please vote no. Thank you for the time. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Gary. That is all the names that have requested to speak. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak about 521 Market Street, the rezoning of 521? Yes, come forward, please. And if you will, just state your name for the record.
Everybody know me. My name is Darlene Holloway. I just want to speak my piece here and say a few words.
Okay.
I think what you're doing is right, but it's in a bad place to put it. That's where I live. And I have family members. I don't want to smell them cooking. I smell food cooking on the grill. That's enough. And I can't get it. And I don't want to smell nobody's body. I just don't think that's the place to put it. I hope I ain't stepping on nobody's toes or nothing, but I'm just telling you the way I feel. And that's all I got to say.
Thank you, ma'am. Anyone else want to speak about 521 Market Street? Yes, sir. State your name, please.
Hello, Andrew Pope. I'd like to add on to the other health concerns, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, various medications and drugs, legal and illegal, but also metals used in fillings as well as other implants could be also put up into the atmosphere as well. So I'm also in opposition to the crematorium being built. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing no one, the aldermen have been provided a rendering of the building, and also there's a larger picture of the building as you go out the back door there on the drafting table. So if you want to take a look at it, this is kind of what it is to look like. Maybe not exact as far as like the landscape here, but the building itself, that is the rendering of the building. So if you want to look at that when you leave, you're welcome to do so.
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
may I say one more thing? Real
Yes,
quick?
sir.
Yeah. There's also something I forgot to add. Funeral homes operate 24 hours, 7 days a week, okay? You figure every single one of us, our time may come someday, sometime, okay? This is also another thing you all have to take into consideration. This is going to be used consistently. People will be being cremated consistently because it is also, for people who are poverty level and below, it's the cheapest form of putting your loved one to rest. And I have no objections to somebody being cremated, but I really do not want it directly across the street from me, especially for the fact that I just bought this house in 2021. And I just started loving this area as well. And I love all of you because you've kept the city, and I wanted to move here and I want to live here, and I don't want to be pushed out by this either. So thank you for letting me come back up. I appreciate that very much.
Thank you. Okay, seeing no one else wishing to speak, we will close this public hearing. Then we'll move on to a public hearing about the rezoning request for 406 Franklin Avenue. This is also requested to be rezoned from a R3, which is a residential zoning, to a C3, which is a commercial zoning. Is there anyone here to speak tonight for the rezoning of 406 Franklin? Seeing no one indicating to speak?
It's my lot, and I don't know if I need to.
No, sir, just if you're just in opposition of it, or if you have something you want to say, you're welcome to speak. Okay.
I think we're good, right?
Yes, sir, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we will close that public hearing at this time. We're going to move forward to the main agenda for tonight. I'll call this meeting to order. Wanda Tate was on the agenda to say our prayer tonight, and she was unable to attend. So we're going to ask our Parks and Rec Director, Nathan Brown, say the prayer. Everyone stand.
Pray. Most gracious Heavenly Father God, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this time that you have set aside for us, Lord, to do the business of this great city. Lord, I ask the safety and protection to our leaders, Lord, that you will give them the ability to make decisions with a clean mind and a clean heart. Lord, we thank you for those who are gathered here tonight. I pray a special blessing upon them. Be with us as we go forward. And Lord, be with those that protect us. Forgive us for what you feed. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. I would also like to say, while you're standing, that we have with us tonight 3 beautiful young ladies from Ralph Askins. We have Tegan, Aspen, and Rylan Buford. If you'll come forward, they're going to lead us in our pledge tonight. Okay? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Perfect, ladies. That was a great job. If anyone wants to leave after the public hearing and after the pledge, y'all are welcome to leave at this time. If not, you're welcome to stay for the meeting, and we'll continue on. Okay, Board, you have been presented with the agenda for tonight. It's on your iPad, and just need to know on the adoption for the agenda, I'll need a motion.
Mayor, can I propose that we add under new business before letter C, and acceptance of the proposed IDB land that was brought to us?
So you want to add it in between B and C?
Right
Is
before
that,
the
is this
budget
is a
amendment.
motion to the agenda?
Yes.
Okay, we got a first and a second to add an item between B and C, and this is for the 1803 Winchester Highway, is that correct?
It's the IDB property.
IDB Park, I'm sorry, what's going on?
Is that the property that needs to be surveyed?
Yes.
Is this vote on the survey, or?
No, this is just voting to accept.
Okay, we have a motion, we have a second. Debbie, would you call the vote? Oh, well, any other discussion? Debbie, you call the vote, please.
Mr. Alder?
No.
Miss Allen?
No.
Mr. Bradford?
Aye.
Mr. Keenan?
Aye.
Mr. Faulkner?
Aye.
Miss Small?
No. That's a tie vote. I will go as mayor. I will go ahead and vote to add it to the agenda, and each board member will have a chance to vote on this item, but we'll put it on the agenda.
Where did you say it would go?
It would go in between item B and C was what the motion said, under new business.
And Mayor, I would like to make a motion that we remove item A for now. Bring it back and there's more information for the board.
I'll second
Okay, we got a motion to remove item A from the agenda. That's the ordinance 2025-27, the rezoning request for 521 Market Street. I have a motion by Alderman Small, second Vice Mayor Bradford. Any discussion by anyone else? Debbie, call the roll, please.
Miss Allen?
Aye.
Mr. Bradford?
Aye.
Mr. Keenan?
Aye.
Mr. Faulkner?
Aye.
Ms. Small?
Aye.
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
That motion carries, so we will remove item A. Any other thing, I'll need a motion to adopt the agenda as corrected.
Make a motion to adopt the agenda as correct.
Second.
I have a motion by Alderman Keenan, a second by Alderman Faulkner. Any discussion? Debbie, call the vote.
Mr. Bradford?
Aye.
Mr. Keenan?
Aye.
Mr. Faulkner?
Aye.
Ms. Small?
Aye.
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Miss Allen?
Aye.
The agenda will stand as corrected. Also, you have been provided the minutes for the regular meeting of the October 14th meeting. Are there any corrections to these minutes? Hearing none, these minutes will stand as presented. No one from the public signed up to speak tonight, so we'll move forth with our monthly or our reports. First up, we have Director Amy Bird with Main Street.
Thank you, Mayor. Since I was last here, last quarter, we have gotten a lot of work done and wrapped up some important things. So I'll start with first Saturday. Our attendance growth this season was up 21%, up to 38,000 people total. This number was really driven by the October attendance, which was up 72%. This year we had 7,200 people who visited the market, up from last year at 3,600. We had at least 4 out of the 7 first Saturdays that there was either a threat of rain or it poured down rain, so we were very pleased that that last one in October redeemed us for the season. Our social media performance since January 1st, we have 5.7 million views, 422,000 unique users, and that's up 86% over the same time period from 2024. We still have some of our Christmas ornaments, our annual Christmas ornaments. This year it is the Lincoln County Fair. We have less than 50 in our inventory, so if y'all were wanting to add to your collection, please get on our website and order those. We're still moving through the Downtown Improvement Grant. I'm excited for us to start working with Croy, and we hope to have something by the end of the year and begin construction in the spring. 6 out of the 12 projects have been completed for our downtown merchants. It's very exciting to see all of the work that's been done downtown, and even the applicants who weren't awarded the grant, a lot of them have gone ahead and done their work. So we're excited to see whenever we pull our reinvestment statistics at the end of the year, what the actual impact was on downtown by getting this grant. Our Youth Leaders Council participated in City Government Day in October, and I want to thank everybody who was here. I think that was the most interactive session that we had with our students, and they were engaged. And when we got back to the office, had everybody go around and talk about what they learned, and so they were all very shocked that it cost Jack $250,000 to repave 3rd Avenue. So it was a really great perspective for them, and I told them to make sure they go home and tell their parents how expensive it is to run the city. Our focus for November is historic preservation. National Main Street is requiring different data this year for our property inventory. So they have a system where we have to go through and click every single property in our district. It's 193 parcels, and we have to answer questions on every single one of them. And so I've gone through and done what I could, but I'm going to split our students up and have them go all over our district and inventory those properties. So hopefully I'll have some really great data for y'all as far as like vacancy rate, because I've only ever looked at the first floor vacancy. I've never looked at second floor vacancy. So it'll be great data for us to see where the city, where there are opportunities for us to grow. The students also won $1,500 in the Kent Quick Showdown. They were voted the most creative theme, which was United in Snacks and how snacks can bring us together. So we had students from all the high schools come together and show that they can come together no matter our differences, whether they cheer for Lincoln County or Fayetteville City. You know, we're excited that we'll have $1,500 to add to our scholarship fund, and we're hoping to do the check presentation next week, so I will let y'all know if we are able to line that up with Kent Quick. We did hire a new student to work part-time to help me out. She's working 9 hours a week, and she has been instrumental in helping me prepare for this property inventory so far. We're starting to develop structured documentation for all of our events as part of succession planning and long-term stability of our program. I think that when we first started growing exponentially, it was just, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this, and never really saying this was the process. So as we've grown, it's become quite overwhelming for everything we've done. So we're hoping that for the long-term sustainability of our program, we'll be able to put standard operating procedures in place for all of our events. Spirits with the Spirits, we wrapped up in October. We were up 48% over last year. Last year I sold 80 tickets. This year we sold 118 tickets. The participants this year were Nerdvana, Merle Norman, Whistle Stop Bakery, and Taylor & Company, all 4 brand new stops that have never been featured. We were able to raise also almost $1,000 for Rose Hill Cemetery restoration with the flashlight stroll. So it's important for our events to not only benefit Main Street, to also benefit other local nonprofits. So we were very proud to partner with them on that. We had 2 classes this past quarter for our small businesses. We had an SEO class, which is search engine optimization, and then also a holiday marketing class. We're already thinking ahead to Slaughterburger Festival and beginning to plan. So that is something to note. It's April 18th. Upcoming mixers, we have one tomorrow night at Sabgi Jewelers from 5 to 7, and they're offering exclusive discounts for our event. December 4th, we're planning to celebrate 35 years of Main Street. Main Street started in 1990, one of the very first programs in the state of Tennessee, and we're very proud that our program has been continually accredited and still moving and shaking today. So I would love it if y'all could join us in the KP building in the Penthouse Airbnb. That'll be from 5 to 7. We'll have live music with Levi Ogle, and Bailey's Grace is gracious enough to donate a charcuterie graze for us. Small Business Saturday is coming up November 29th. We're recognized again as the neighborhood champion for the 4th year in a row by American Express. We'll have bags to give out to the first customers at 40 different businesses. Santa and Mrs. Claus will be on the bandstand from 10 to 12, and then we'll have carolers going around the square from Magic Voice Studio. We're starting to plan for 2026 already. January 5th, we're having a membership meeting here. January 12th, we're having new board member onboarding, and then 25th, we'll be doing our annual work plan for our accreditation. I went down, I'm sorry it's really long tonight, I had 4 pages. I've been working really hard on this the past couple of days. I've been going down rabbit holes of data the past week, and I'm very excited to say that our overall visitation to the Main Street District is up 7.1% for the past 12 months and 4.2% since 2023. And I know those growth numbers sound small, but when you're talking about 1.2 million visits total to downtown, that's a 90,000 person increase year over year. So that's a lot more people that are coming downtown. I drilled down in the data even more, and I divided up the square in quadrants to see what the growth was in each part. So the north side, the south side, west side, northeast, southwest, y'all get that. So the best performer for growth was the northwest corner at 90% growth in visitation. I think that's the Pythian Parlor and the Dance Studio. And then the west and the south came in second and third place. The west has grown 43% year over year, and the south has grown 9% year over year. So that could be a factor of accessibility. or new businesses, but either way, even looking at the numbers from 2 years ago, it's still increased. And for those two sides or three quadrants to be the greatest performers, I thought that was really interesting. I'd be happy to share a graph with y'all. I wasn't brave enough to share it on social media, but I'll be happy to share it with y'all if y'all want to see the numbers and the data. Why this is important is it shows that we are growing, and as more people come downtown to shop local, there's a return in tax revenue. Last page. So I've talked about this before on retail leakage data, how much Lincoln County is losing each year outside of Lincoln County. When I pulled it in April, we were losing $334 million to other places. And I pulled it last week, and I'm sad to say it's up to $347 million. So the top 5 sectors that we're losing revenue to are grocery stores, limited service eating places, gas stations, full service restaurants, and auto dealers. And what this means is that we're losing tax revenue. The overall tax revenue would be around 33 million, which means 17 million the state is missing out on, and 16 million Lincoln County and Fayetteville is missing out on. I'm not sure the split between y'all and the county, but it's a big chunk of change, and it's something to think about, you know, what we could be doing with those additional revenues. Top 5 visited places outside of Lincoln County. It's no surprise Hazel Green Walmart is number 1. 64% of Lincoln County residents have shopped at Walmart or have stopped at the Tia Gas. Bridge Street was the next one at 44%. West Side Center, which is Target, at 39%. Parkway Place, 39%. And Hazel Green Wendy's rounded out the top 5 at 34%. So I'm hopeful we can capture some of that Wendy's market with our new Wendy's. But anyways, I'm all about the data and seeing where we can improve. So those are some of the things that we'll consider within our work plan in January.
And do you mind sending the report to the board so we can look at some of
Yeah,
those?
as long as you don't put it on social media.
And then you touched on a little bit of the leakage we have, but we did get news back in September, regional news, that Space Command is coming to Huntsville, which means kind of a growth engine towards this way.
Yes.
Have you thought about any strategic plans on how we can prepare for that, either downtown or in the vicinity of downtown?
Yes, so in conjunction with the IDB, we worked to apply for the 3-star grant. So we applied for $250,000 over 3 years to hire a retail consultant to help us, 1, with recruitment, 2, to help us know what we need as far as infrastructure to be able to recruit those businesses. So of course, I use the retail leakage data to show, you know, this is the tax revenue we're missing out on. But I don't want that to take away from downtown. So we were strategic with that. We applied to do 2 of their programs. So we applied to do downtown strategies and retail strategies so that we can make sure we're not doing anything that would take away from our small businesses. So what they were saying in their presentation is that people come downtown for a different reason. Like, they're coming here for the vibe, for the feeling, and to support their community and knowing the local business owners. And people go to TJ Maxx for a $7 outfit. You know, like, it's a totally different reason to go somewhere. So we did want to be strategic with that, though, and that's why we did the combination of downtown strategies and retail strategies, and hopefully we can, if we get the grant, you know, try to capture some of that lost retail in the southern part of the county. And I applied for it in September, and a couple of weeks ago she said it would be 4 weeks, so it'll probably be a couple more weeks before we know if we get that grant. Unfortunately, the Huntsville City Council had announced the new ER, Target, Home Depot. So I think that's going to hurt us even more on the southern end of the county with that stuff moving into North Huntsville. So I hope we're not too behind the 8 ball on that. But if we can start forward thinking now, I think that we will be prepared not only for Space Command to come, but also for other growth in Huntsville, because obviously we know the growth is happening. And we just need to make sure that our residents know how important it is to shop small and shop local and shop within our own community. Phew, that was a long answer. Sorry.
Thank you.
You didn't ask for that, did
Yeah,
you?
you probably could just put in an email.
Yeah, sorry. Do y'all have any other questions?
Any other questions? Thank you, Amy.
All right, thanks, y'all.
Okay, next on the agenda, we have Director Carolyn Denton from the Chamber of Commerce.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for allowing me to be here tonight. With it being 2 days before Host of Christmas Past, I would like for this to be an appreciation report. It takes a lot of volunteers to pull off a festival this size, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank a few people and a few volunteers that have made an impact on the festival. Our oversight committee is made up of Christy Gentry. Our sponsorship chairs, we have co-chairs this year, Sharon McNeil and Caitlin Mitchell. Our vendor chair is Trish Bolden, and the events chair on the committee is Carol Foster. We have subcommittees on our luminaries. Dan Owen oversees getting all of the volunteers together. It takes about 3 different groups of people to work on the luminaries. Music on the bandstand is Sandra Arnold. We appreciate her lining that up every year. Information booth is Christy Jean. Our MC for Saturday is Dean Bevel, so that'll be a lot of fun. And we also want to say a special thank you to Chad Hancock and the Baptist Church, because they put up the fencing in the parking lot of the church parking lot to keep the kids safe at Kids Village. And I think we're utilizing just about every department within the city, so we appreciate all of you all. Everything that you do is very vital to making the festival run smoothly, and we do appreciate you all. In the summer, we put out a call for events that were popular before, but that maybe people would like to see come back, and if we had the people that could to organize it. One of the things was interactive demonstrations. So on Saturday, we're having 3 demonstrations at the Glargan Hospitality House, and we appreciate Bank Lincoln County for allowing us to use the building. One will be decorative sun catchers and ideas for decorating with greens from your yard, and that is presented by the Stonebridge Garden Club. We'll also have a cooking demonstration with tasting by Chef Alvaro Palacio, and holiday cookie decorating, and that's being presented by Caitlin Mitchell. The cooking demonstration and the cookie decorating do require tickets, and we have those available at the office at the chamber. The other event was the Chase the Cheetah 5K reindeer run, and we say a special thanks to Frito-Lay and the employees there for bringing back this 5K run on Saturday morning. And of course, the festival wouldn't be possible without all of our sponsors. A huge thank you to them. Look for the decal in the window to identify them. The best way to plan your weekend so you don't miss anything is to pick up a brochure from a sponsor or go to hostofchristmaspass.com and plan your events. Some things happen throughout the day, some things happen only once in the weekend, so you don't want to miss anything. Updates will be on our Facebook page, and we hope everybody has a good time at Host. I think the weather's going to be beautiful, and we hope that our businesses, restaurants, events, and vendors all have a successful weekend.
Okay, thank you. Any questions?
I would just pose the same thing about Space Command. Has the chamber thought about any plans on a strategy for preparing for that?
Yes, we years ago were part of BRAC, Base Realignment and Closure. I was on that committee, and they have reached out they're going to reform that and to see if I would be interested or be willing to serve again in that capacity. And I'm not sure what that looks like just now, but I of course said yes, and waiting for them to give the next steps. I think that the planning and strategic planning that the county is doing is going to be a help too. Daniel Eldridge is doing a great job in spearheading that, and while it focuses more on the south part of the county, we're all in Lincoln County, so I think it'll be a benefit to all of us. So it's exciting.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Then we're going to move into our standing committee reports. First up, we have, where's Chief? You're not here?
No, I'm doing Chief.
You're going to do that? Okay, so Kevin Owens is reporting for Chief Bergman, the
Thank
fire
you.
department.
Thank you, Mayor and Board. Chief Bergman had a family funeral today, so he is out with family, but he did ask me to report. In the month of October, the fire department had a total of 136 incidents, and that includes 122 EMS calls. He had 2 hazardous condition calls, 2 good intent calls, 8 false alarms, and 1 special incident and 1 fire. And that's his report for tonight.
Thank you. The police department, Chief Jennings.
Thank you, Mayor and the Board. For the month of October, there were a total of 125 incidents. We made 63 arrests. There were 39 traffic crashes, a total of 190 citations issued. And if I may, I want to speak on that just a second. I know there's a lot of citations being issued. This time last year, there were a total of 67 citations issued. This year, this month, 190. With that being said, speed is a key factor in traffic crashes. So this year, in October, there were 39 traffic crashes, and last year at this same time, there was a total of 55. So we're working hard to get those down. There was a total of 1,782 incidents last month. For our Criminal Investigations Division, there's a total of 478 cases, with 14 new cases open, 12 were closed, 1 arrest, and 1 grand jury presented. Also, I'd like to add that since the Fayetteville Lincoln County Animal Control is under the police department this time, I can give a quick update on what we've done there.
Absolutely, sir.
There was 11 calls from the city, and we answered a total, and 14 calls out in the county. There was a total of 6 adoptions. There was a total of 18 animals brought in, 9 from the city and 9 from the county last month. The total in the shelter is 48. We did not have any transport case to other rescues. There was a total of 6 court cases that were involved in with animals, and there was also 1 animal euthanized due to injury. And that's my report.
Thank you, Chief. Next, we have the Finance Department, Director Loretta Garner.
Yes, for the month of sales tax received in the month of October was $332,753. That is an increase of 0.5% over the same month last year. State share sales tax was $77,819. That is an increase of 2.4% over this time last year. Occupancy tax received in October was $15,475. That is a decrease of 4.7% over this month last year. And I think you have further revenue and expenditure reports in your packet.
Thank you. Item D is Parks and Recs Department, Director Nathan Browning.
Thank you, Mayor. Our Monster Mash Bash, we had a wonderful turnout this year. Thanks to all the departments, the businesses, and vendors for their participation to make this event a success. Moving straight into Christmas time, our staff is working nonstop to make sure the parks are ready for Christmas. Our December 6th Christmas parade entries are open. Those are due by the 21st of November at 4:00 p.m. Float judging will begin at 3:15. December 5th, Bright Lights and Festive Nights. The tree lighting that night will be at 6 p.m. Again, those registrations are due by 4 o'clock on November the 21st. We've made several improvements over the past couple of months at Stonebridge Park. We installed the brand new duck feeders down there. Also did some work to the stage. Work at the gun range is almost completed. FPU installed some lights for us to pickleball court. So if you want to play some cold pickleball, it's open. And as well as our important dates. Bingo this past week, we had a great turnout, record number of folks there. I want to thank Jonathan Maldonado and Miss Jill Smith for calling, and our next one will be December the 1st. That's for our senior bingo day, and that is my report.
Thank you, sir. Okay, Public Works Department, Director Jack Williams.
Thank you, Mayor. So for Public Works in the month of October, the Sanitation Department picked up 378 tons of household waste. The Street Department picked up 207 tons of brush. Our garage completed 40 work orders along with maintaining all of our Public Works equipment. And that's my report.
Do we have an update on the garbage truck?
It's still not here.
I just knew you were going to bring us a date tonight, so. Okay, we're still looking for that. Maybe we'll get it for Christmas.
Crossing our fingers.
Thank you. Planning and Codes Department, Director Christy Gentry.
Thank you, Mayor. 5 permits were issued in October. The total project valuation was $466,117. The total permit fees were $1,639. 19 property maintenance violations were issued in October. We did have a Board of Zoning Appeals meeting earlier this morning, and approval was granted to build a new single-family home at 1002 College Street West. At the October 28th Planning Commission meeting, a minor plat was approved titled the Brookstone Commons Subdivision Phase 2. This is land that FPU purchased, and they combined it all back into one parcel. We do have a vacancy in our department, and we are taking applications for the property maintenance inspector. Applications can be picked up here at the municipal building, and if you have any questions, you can call our department at 433-2565. And that's my report.
Thank you. And last but not least is our City Administrator report, Kevin Owens.
Thank you again, Mayor. As far as my report, you have received a report from the previous month. However, as we prepare for the next month, the things we're working on all holiday activities, which include the employee Christmas party, which will be December 12th. We're also working on the employee awards that will be done at the same function. Nathan mentioned about the Christmas parade and festive nights, which he, as well as IT and other departments, are working to get all of that together. And we're working to help the residents be informed on those special dates and service delivery as December, as well as January and November are days that we have to adjust a lot for garbage service and other services. We're also working a lot on city-owned properties, and that includes assessing the city buildings, and that's all of the buildings, with their maintenance needs, as well as searching for city-owned properties to see what is out there and putting them in some type of inventory setting. We're also in the midst of annual employee evaluations, which will be done throughout the year. We're getting a head start on strategic planning this year, which will be hopefully in the first quarter of 2026. And we're also, all of the employees, we're looking for any revenue opportunities. I think in work session, Chief may have brought out permitting, but we're looking at grants and any type of revenue opportunities to help us as we close out the 26 budget and go into the 27. And that is my report. I do want to add something to Chief's report. We did have an employee with animal control did do a fundraiser 2 weeks ago, and we did net $1,800 that could go towards animal control. So we were very pleased about that occurrence.
We're very excited about that event, so it was very well attended and supported. So thank you. We do not have any unfinished business tonight, so. No, I'm sorry.
I am so sorry to board members. I apologize.
Sir, sir, you are out of order. We have to go along with the agenda
I'm
here.
so sorry. I was just gonna ask if it would be okay.
No, we have to go
Thank
along
you,
with the
thank you,
agenda.
Mayor. I understand.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have no unfinished business. We'll move to new business. Item A was removed from the agenda. So we're going to go to item B, which is ordinance 2025-28. That's rezoning request for 406 Franklin Avenue. The request is to go from R3 to a C3. Do I have a motion for this ordinance?
Move to approve.
We have a motion by Alderman Allen, second by Alderman Keenan. Is there any discussion on this ordinance? Hearing none, Debbie, we call the vote.
Miss Allen? Aye. Mr. Bradford?
Aye.
Mr. Keenan?
Aye.
Mr. Faulkner?
Aye.
Miss Small?
Aye.
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
That motion carries. We had one addition that's going to go right behind this ordinance. This is for the property that the Industrial Development Board has offered back to the city. It was originally city property. They've offered it back to the city. One of the conditions, and the only condition, was that we would pay for the survey. So that's what we'll be voting tonight, whether to accept this property back. It's roughly 140 acres. It's no cost to the city other than the $3,000 survey. So do I have a motion to approve, to accept this property? Motion by Alderman Keenan, second.
Second.
Second by Alderman Faulkner. Any discussion on this item? Debbie, call vote.
Mr. Alder?
No.
Miss Allen?
No.
Mr. Bradford?
Aye.
Mr. Keenan?
Aye.
Mr. Faulkner?
Aye.
Miss Small?
No.
It's a tie vote.
In this tie vote, this is property that was originally the City of Fayetteville, and they donated to the industrial park when they first began. So they're at a point now that they cannot build on this property. So they want to return it back to the city. There's no charge to the city. But we would have to pay for the the survey, just to make sure of the boundaries and everything for the 140 acres. So with it being a tie vote, I see this as land that the city will have as an asset. We could sit on it for a while, we may sell it in the future, but 140 acres as a gifted back to the city, I think, is a no-brainer. So I'm going to vote to accept the property. Okay, moving forward then to ordinance, so that motion passes, Debbie. Ordinance, this item C is ordinance 2025-29. This is the City of Fayetteville for the FY26 budget amendment number 6. You have this in your package where it is explained. This includes an adjustment for roads and bridges. It's transferring out of capital. Everything is in your package. Do we have any, a motion for this amendment?
I'll make a motion to amend this ordinance to revert back to the one presented in work session where it included the $3,000 for the survey.
Any other discussion?
That was in the form of a motion.
Okay, that's a motion to add the 3,000. So in our work session, in this budget amendment, it included $3,000 for the property survey for the Industrial Development Board. It was removed because the item to vote for the IDB property was removed. So your motion is to add it back to this budget amendment, add back the $3,000. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, I have a motion. Second.
Can that be done without being amended at the very first of this meeting? We voted on an agenda that this was not included on.
It's true. Yeah, it was approved.
I can amend any ordinance when it comes up, right?
I think that's...
Yeah, I can make a motion for that.
Make a specific motion. I mean, if it doesn't have a second, it doesn't pass, but, I mean, it's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so I have a motion to add the $3,000 back, that from Alderman Faulkner. The second on that motion is Alderman Keenan. Any discussion? Hearing none, Debbie, we call the vote.
Mr. Bradford?
Aye.
Mr. Keenan?
Aye.
Mr. Faulkner?
Aye.
Ms. Small?
No.
Mr. Alder?
No.
Miss Allen?
No.
Tie vote.
So we have a tie vote on this property. Again, this is the, adding the $3,000 for the survey expense on the IDB property. So that is a condition of the land being gifted back, so I vote yes. So that motion carries. Now to item D, that's ordinance 2025-30. This is to update the safety and health plan for Tosha. The city had a plan, and they had occupational health for Tosha, but when they came to visit the city, they highly encouraged that we update it. It had been several years since it had been updated. So this plan that you have been presented is the updated request. And we, Tosha came and spoke with Jill Smith and I think Director Gentry about the city and what we need to do and prepare for. So do I have a motion for the ordinance?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Vice Mayor Bradford, second.
Second.
Second, Alderman Small. Any discussion? Debbie, call the vote.
Mr. Keenan?
Aye.
Mr. Faulkner?
Aye.
Ms. Small?
Aye.
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Miss Allen?
Aye.
Mr. Bradford?
Aye.
That motion carries. Item E, this is ordinance 2025-31. This is to amend the alarm code. This ordinance came to us from the police department. They were getting several calls along with the fire department, several false alarm calls, and it had gotten out of hand. This ordinance is in our municipal code under chapter 20. It's fire, burglary, and robbery alarms. So Chief Jennings wanted to go and bring this up to date. And it was kind of an outdated. It also increased the fees on these false alarms. I believe it was the permit holder will be billed a $50 service charge for each false alarm occurrence. After the third false alarm, the fee is $75. Is that correct, Chief?
It goes to $75 after, on the 11th.
On the 11th. After the third. Okay, so the $50 fee will be after the third false alarm. And then after 11 false alarms, the individual or business will be charged $75. Okay, do I have a motion for this ordinance?
So moved.
I've got the motion by Alderman Allen, second by Vice Mayor Bradford. Any discussion? Debbie, call the vote.
Mr. Faulkner?
Aye.
Ms. Small?
Aye.
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Miss Allen?
Aye.
Mr. Bradford?
Aye.
Mr. Keenan?
Aye.
That motion carries. Okay, I'm moving to item F. This is for the approval to purchase a new ton truck from Wilson Motors. This is a vehicle that is purchased off the state bid. This is for Public Works. They are in dire need of this vehicle. It's the vehicle that pulls around the trailer that picks up the heavy garbage and refuse that you might put out to your curb. The cost, the state bid cost is $44,770.04. Also, after if this passes and the vehicle is purchased, they'll take the bed off of the truck, off the old truck, transfer it to the new truck. They'll remove the lights and radios and things like that. So, do I have a motion to purchase this vehicle for Public Works?
Motion to purchase.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Keenan, second by Alderman Alder. Any discussion?
Just the revenue for this is coming from where?
Fund
Purchase.
balance.
Fund balance.
It would have to come from fund balance.
Okay.
Any other questions? Debbie, will you call the vote, please?
Ms. Small?
Aye.
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Miss Allen?
Aye.
Mr. Bradford?
Aye.
Mr. Keenan?
Aye.
Mr. Faulkner?
Aye.
That motion carries. Now, following that motion, we are asking for approval to sell the Public Works, the old time truck. And like I stated, the bed will be removed, added to the new truck, the lights and the radios, equipment that we can take from that truck and put in the new one, and then we will sell the stripped down model of the truck. So do I have a motion to sell?
So moved. Second.
Who's that? You? Okay, motion by Alderman Faulkner, second Alderman Keenan. Any discussion? Debbie, you call the vote?
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Miss Allen?
Aye.
Mr. Bradford?
Aye.
Mr. Keenan?
Aye.
Mr. Faulkner?
Aye.
Miss Small?
Aye.
That motion carries. Moving to item H. This is to approve the Christmas parade permit. Our city parade will be December the 6th. On your iPad, you're provided with the map and the dates and times. This comes to us from Parks and Rec. So do I have a motion to approve the Christmas parade permit?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Alderman Keenan, second.
Second.
Second by Vice Mayor Bradford. Any discussion? Debbie, you call for it.
Miss Allen?
Aye.
Mr. Bradford?
Aye.
Mr. Keenan?
Aye.
Mr. Faulkner?
Aye.
Miss Small?
Aye.
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
That motion carries. Item I, this is the Independence, this is to award a bid of the Independence Day fireworks bid to Pyrotechnico in the amount of $31,500. This was a bid process that we went through. We had 3 bidders. One was at $25,000, one was $32,000, and the one that is suggested is $31,500 because in their bid, you get a lot more fireworks for the cost. So do I have a motion to award this bid?
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Allen, second by Alderman Alder. Any discussion? Yes, Dr.
Mr. Bradford?
Aye.
Mr. Keenan?
Aye.
Mr. Faulkner?
Aye.
Miss Small?
Aye.
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Miss Allen?
Aye.
That motion carries. Item J, this is a permission to sell the old iPads to GovDeals.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Alderman Keenan, second.
Second.
Second by Vice Mayor Bradford. Any questions or discussion? Debbie, you call the vote.
Mr. Keenan?
Aye.
Mr. Faulkner?
Aye.
Miss Small?
Aye.
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Miss Allen?
Aye.
Mr. Bradford?
Aye.
That motion carries. Item K, this is the, all that we're voting on on this motion, on this item would be the intent, the city's intent to sell property at 1803 Winchester Highway. This is property out right near Frito-Lay. If you're going out to the east, it'd be on the right-hand side of the road. So do I have a motion for the intent to sell?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Alderman Alder, second.
Second.
Second by Alderman Faulkner. Any discussion on this property?
Mayor, I'd just like to, I know where Jeff and I stand, but I understand it, and I think some of the other board members may have some questions that they'd like to have answered.
Any questions at this time?
Well, I think the intent is obvious, and I think to vote before we get all the questions that you raised as to the monitors and gauges that were going to be looked at is a little putting the horse before the cart, the cart before the horse.
I will publicly state that the engineer handed me this evening right as I walked up here, and it is the mitigation monitors. Happy to share those with the board as well. I think the intent was that I asked for in the work session that he provide us some of those mitigation devices so that we could plan for those if we did.
I would love to see
We
another
all need
opinion on
copies
it.
of these.
Do you want me to give them now?
That's what
I'm shared on
I can, I'll give them to.
We'll email
Yeah.
to everybody.
Thank you.
I had a question about the appraisal. I was interested in getting another appraisal.
And
I
that part
think
will
the
be
only
the
thing-
negotiation after is just, are we wanting to sell the property, then
Yes.
that'll come into play.
That's all we're voting.
All we're voting for
Later.
tonight is the intent to sell. It does not include a buyer, it does not include any conditions. It's only if this board has the intent to sell the property at some time to someone. That's all we're voting on tonight. And that will give time to have other questions asked or answered.
And we do have a properly brought forth motion in a second.
We do have a motion second. Any further discussion?
I call the question.
Okay, Debbie, call the vote.
Mr. Faulkner?
Aye.
Ms. Small?
Abstain.
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Ms. Allen?
No.
Mr. Bradford?
Aye.
Mr. Keenan?
Aye.
That motion carries. So we will go forward with conditions, other things related to the sale of the property. So that motion carries. Now we move down to item L, which is the last item on the agenda, and this is to renew the CD at the Bank of Lincoln County. That's where the CD currently is at this time. It is maturing on November the 16th. This was bid out, finance director reached out to several other financial institutions. You've been provided the list of the responses from those institutions, and Bank of Lincoln County remains the highest bid at 3.60%. Do I have a motion to renew with the Bank of Lincoln County?
So moved.
Motion by Alderman Faulkner, second by Alderman Keenan. Any discussion on the CD renewal? Debbie, call the vote, please.
Ms. Small? Aye. Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Ms. Allen?
Aye.
Mr. Bradford?
Aye.
Mr. Keenan?
Aye.
Mr. Faulkner?
That motion carries. That concludes our business for tonight, and I will declare this meeting adjourned at this time. Thank you.